Congrats to all of us now. It is time to learn more about football than we have ever learned before. A lot of situations happening on the back end of teams on defensive side of the ball. Full collapses. Touchdowns were had. The man to break it all down for us all season, utilizing NFL Films footage rights. Everything DB with the man who's going to make his next shot.
I hope so.
Darius Butler.
Ready, boy!
Atta baby. Hold on, I don't know if your mic's on. Is your mic on?
Mic check.
No.
No.
Nope.
Now, that necklace thing should work for sure. Now,
That might mess it up.
that might mess it up. You might.
This probably doesn't happen if he makes these shots, even the hoops and the basketball.
So this is like the football gods thing here?
Yeah,
This
could
is
be.
kind of the football gods?
Mic check. Mic check.
There it is.
Paul
There
is-
it is.
There he is.
Paul.
We're on.
I think we good, Paul. We good.
Yep.
We're on, Paul. We're on,
Yep,
Paul. We're
appreciate
good,
you.
Paul. Thank you, Paulie
Atta
B.
baby, Paulie.
Thank you,
Thank you, Paul.
Paulie B worked on Jersey Shore, about to go work on The Amazing Race
Wow.
in Indiana for the last
Amazing
2
Race.
weeks. Yeah, he's been, the guy spunks.
You know,
He
Rex
does.
Ryan's on the Amazing Race, apparently.
What?
Is that real? Is that public?
I actually think him and Rob Ryan might be on the Amazing Race.
I thought they were on the Amazing Race.
Oh, so next season he's on.
No, they've already been on?
I believe so, because he works for ESPN. He can't just take the season off, can he?
I don't. Nonetheless, Paulie B, Rex, and Rob will be fun stuff.
Filmed in the offseason.
It is time now, ladies and gentlemen, to learn more about football than we ever have in the past. Everything DB with our friend Darius Butler.
boy, baby
Do it,
D-Bud.
man. Hey,
there
as
we go.
usual, chime in whenever, ask me whatever questions. Could be fun. We're going to go to the basics, right? I don't care what level of football you're teaching. This is where you start with. So personnel, all right, coverage 101. Personnel, is it base personnel? What personnel are we in? Base personnel, four linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 DBs, right? Nickel personnel or sub, 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 DBs.
Oh, nickel, like 5.
Yep, exactly. And then Dahn, which is not like
10.
Dahn, but 6 DBs, 1 linebacker, 4 linemen. Next slide.
Hold on, now let's break it down a little
Yep.
bit. Nickel, 5 DBs.
Yeah.
Dime, what's the next coin so we can
Quarter.
add one more?
Oh.
That's probably why they went with dime.
True.
I assume.
And then quarter is 7 DBs, so, but I didn't get to that. You rarely
Oh,
see
and that's
quarter.
the next.
That's the next coin. And
Yeah.
AJ, chime in whenever from the clouds, pal. Chime in whenever you.
Oh, there he
So
is.
this is that's actually people can see that my little screen up there.
Yeah, buddy,
Oh,
we
that's
can
dope.
all.
This is going to be dope. Yeah, so this is 101. Knowing as a defensive player what personnel are we in, that'll help you know, obviously, your assignment. Next slide, please. Assignments, okay, in any coverage, you have to know these assignments. What man am I guarding? Am I guarding a wide receiver? Am I guarding a tight end? Am I guarding a running back? Sometimes it's that, okay? If cover 1, if I'm a corner, we find the receivers out of the huddle, regardless of where they line up. You could be in the backfield, it could be out wide, left or right. What man am I guarding? Or if it's say it's a blitz, a fire zone or something like this, what number am I guarding? Obviously, if you're a corner, typically number 1's receiver, and from the, it'll count outside in. We'll talk about it when we get to the film. Or am I guarding number 2? Am I guarding 2 strong or 2 weak?
Oh.
And then the number 3, number 3 receiver will always be to the strong side. So what man am I guarding, either position group wise or alignment wise?
Depending upon the call.
Depending upon the call. In the zone coverage, what zone am I? Am I in the curl flat? Am I in a hook curl? Am I in a deep half or am I in a deep third? Obviously, you got deep quarters and others as well, but these are the most basic. So personnel, obviously, you got to know that. And then you got to know what's your assignment. You got to know what you're doing before you can make a play so you're not out there thinking, you're out there playing. Next slide, please.
Well, you think you
Or-
die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Curl
I didn't
hook.
even know-
Shout out TC.
I didn't even know we had these. Assignments are key. Knowing as a player, these are the only things the defensive coordinator, play caller has available when they call a play. All they know is the field position, time on the clock. They know the offensive personnel in the huddle. They obviously know the down and distance. So everything else is on the players, is on the pros. Where is number 3, right? That's the first thing I'm thinking in coverage. Where is number 3? Because I know it's number 3. A.J. Hawk, a lot of times when he's in the middle of the defense, and quarterbacks knows this as well, that guy is relating to number 3. He's up there.
Yep.
more times than not. So where's
And
number
is there
three?
speed at 3? But is there speed at 3? If you're a
Yep.
backer and you got to carry him, sometimes there's a call that your safety carries 3 if you have a wide out there.
It's a great
Yep.
question.
Yeah,
See,
Packers coach didn't think AJ was fast enough to cover 3 against the Eagles.
Yeah,
at
because
one
they put
time.
him on the bench for that game.
Yeah.
And then people were actually
Correct.
saying, if you're not going to have this guy on the field against good players, fucking trade him.
Yeah.
That's right.
AJ was almost not the all-time leading tackler for the Packers. He was almost traded away from the Green Bay Packers because defense coordinator thought this guy in the clouds here, too white, too slow, can't do it.
And he
Liability
cried.
and coverage.
Yeah, liability. Fucking
See?
can't have it. Liability.
Where's three? So speed at 3. That's a
Happy
great.
that didn't happen, by the
Yeah,
way.
thank
Happy
God.
that didn't happen.
Thank you. But great point by AJ. So speed at 3. I mean that damages, that messes up coverages, pre-snap, post-snap. That's what Tyreek Hill did a lot in Kansas City. They would put Tyreek Hill at 3, and that once again that's a linebacker more times than not, and he's got to relate to him. So who's at 3? And then once again we count outside in for beginners who don't know coverage. And now we can get to the plays.
Here we go.
All right, first play, Monday night, big play. Everybody remembers this big play. Watkins, huge, great ball from Jalen Hurts. Half coverage up top, quarters coverage down here. Now, quarters coverage, he's involved in coverage. He's involved, so linebacker on the ball, rusher, corner, safety. Now, anytime we have quarters coverage against a bunch formation, what's the adjustment, AJ?
I don't know.
Box.
What do you guys do?
Box call.
Come on, AJ.
This guy stinks.
yeah,
He
depends
was,
on
he
what
was
you
a
Play
liability.
defense?
Jesus.
So a box call, and the
Box call.
a box call is basically, hey, you got low inside break, you got low outside break. So anybody breaks out, you're responsible low. You got deep outside, you got deep inside. Now, built into this box call, these corners and safety. How are we going to play this? Are we going to pass off these receivers when they switch? When you get an outbreak from this tight end, he goes post. So am I going to stay outside, you stay inside, or are you going to come out from inside and chase him inside out? Let it play, Foxy. They obviously have confusion here. Both come off, play the outside receiver. Watkins, the fastest player on the field. Clear release. He's like, wow, this is better than we even drew it up, better than we imagined. Great play, great read, great throw. And run it back from the beginning. I'm just going to let it play. Once again, pre-snap. Have a conversation pre-snap. Hey, are we swapping this off? Are we passing it off? Because when they run this route, this tight end is going to be lower, so he's going to be on a different level than this fast receiver. So it's going to be difficult. As a corner right here, I'm staying high, right? Because if they throw that outbreaker, we line up again. Maybe a 25-yard gain, he's going out of bounds. They throw the post, that's a touchdown, strike up the band every time. So let it play, Foxy. So have that pre-snap communication, know what we're going to do, so you don't end up in this type of situation. So great read, great play design, but this is a basic play. It's scissors against quarters route.
So this technically,
coverage,
this technically could be the corner's fault, even though on TV everybody probably saw safety chasing and saying that's definitely his fault.
Correct. Absolutely.
And we don't know exactly who it is at this point.
We don't know because these two guys, they could either play this where, hey, you take him inside out, or you take him if he breaks out. So they can play it either way. You got to have communication pre-snap to, hey, and not even pre-snap, during a week. Because once again, if you're running quarters coverage, which this team runs a lot, you're seeing it around the league, a lot of people running quarters.
Why? It's just safe? Keep everything funny?
Yeah, you keep it two high safeties. Vic Fangio made this defense popular, but I talked about it last night on Twitter. You need very good pre-snap communication in the secondary because there are a lot of quarters beaters. So, and you also have to have dogs up front. If you remember that Vic Fangio defense, Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis, Justin Smith,
Right.
Ahmad Brooks, Ray
Right.
McDonald, and then
Right.
dogs in the back end as well. So you got to have guys, you got to have pre-snap communication because there are a lot of beaters in quarters.
And we don't know whose fault that is. You put a message out.
I would say, I'll put this on the, so sorry about beating up the screen. Somebody told me not to do that. But
That's all right.
corners.
AQ put the stick
Yeah,
through.
he
Corners, and this is something to remember, corners. We can line up again with deep outbreaking routes. Going to the sideline, 30-yard gain, 20-yard gain. Post balls, inside breakers are your killers. So as this corner, fuck that tight end. He can have that. He can chase that and tackle it. He can tackle it. If you run it from the beginning again, this is a pass rusher, Z Smith. But what he can do is this low hole, he can kind of drop back and play this a little more top down so this outbreaker isn't as naked, right? He doesn't have to be so hugged up to this guy. He can be a little deeper and maybe he'll feel a little better about letting it go. but damn that, stay high. Stay high as a corner. That is the #1 receiver. We go to the next play.
It's so interesting because on TV, it's just like, oh, it's that person's fault.
Safety.
But actually, we have no fucking idea.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So once again, split safety.
Think about how mad corners are for a long time.
Hey, they don't either, though.
yeah.
D-Butt, talk about that. They got in the sideline. They were probably having an argument on who is this? If they run around like this, what are we going to do next time?
Absolutely. And those conversations should be had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That, hey, we know. Like I talked to AB about this, Antoine Bethea, my co-host on the Man to Man pod. And that's something we'll talk about all the time because it's a box call. Once again, if we're a quarters team, we're going to be running this box adjustment all the time. We get bunch formation probably every game. So within that box formation, we used to call it zebra. A zebra is built in. But if that's Tyreek Hill, if that's Watkins, once again, who's a fast player in the field, I may look at AB and say, hey, I'm staying high. You know, they run this outbreaker to Goddard. We come down and tackle that. We line up again. Now, next play, Jalen Hurts. This is where Jalen Hurts has taken huge steps in just reading. This is a simple play, but that's what you want from a quarterback in the NFL, making simple plays, good reads over and over and over again. Once again, we're going to count these receivers. Number 1, number 2. Number 1, number 2. Now, where's 3? In a split safety coverage especially, where is 3? Number 3 is right here onto the running back, right? So you got 1, 2, 3 up there. So now this is the player that's going to relate to 3. The quarterback knows it. The defense should know it. Same coverage, but now we got cover 2 down here, and we got quarters coverage up here. But once again, the reason it's so important to know where 3 is, you're going to lose that guy. So any in-breaking route away from 3, somebody's got to wall that off and protect it. In this coverage and cover 2 as a hook curl defender, that's this linebacker, okay? This dime linebacker. That's the nickel. This would be the dime linebacker.
There's six
DBs.
DBs on the field.
No. So he's a backer, but he's a dime on paper. That's probably a little confusing. But
Same dot on the
paper. Let's just
paper,
say it's a will. Yeah. It'll say dime on paper.
D-Butt.
This is a will linebacker. I'm sorry.
So it's not
one-on-one. This is one-on-one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I
Hey,
apologize.
D-Butt, pre-snap, though, that middle backer, Kendricks, has got to tell him, hey, I'm gone because my back is away. And then all of a sudden, if they run some motion, some across the ball, and the back comes into the number 2 side, you got to tell him, I'm with you, I'm here, so he can drop him back.
I mean,
Into the number 2 side?
So look, 1, 2.
Playing 2 down here.
2. So now this is the cover 2 side down here. This is the cover 4 side up here. Okay? So it's 4-2. So last time it was 4 down here and 2 up here. So it's still the same coverage, but it's just flipped on this one. But anyway, know where 3 is because when 3, let it play, Foxy, because when 3 goes away, you're going to lose this guy.
Gone.
Pause it. So he's gone. Now, somebody has to take A.J. fucking Brown. Somebody has to be responsible for when he's coming in because he's a flat defender. He's out here. And now this hook curl defender who's responsible for that, who has to wall that off essentially, he should be there. He's running with this vertical for I don't know what reason. Hurts makes a great, easy read, get the ball in his best playmaker's hands, and now you let your playmaker do the rest.
now that's a great play design, right? Because you're getting the middle linebacker basically the fuck
Show
out
from the
of
back
there.
copy? Yeah. So you'll see Hurts here. You always hear quarterbacks, they talking about, he looked them off or he read this coverage. Hurts read this coverage pre-snap. He already saw the split safeties. He sees it's not a pressure look. I got a 4-man rush. I got time. He's going to check release, and 54 is going to be gone. Hurts, his eyes are going to go right there. And I'm sure he's probably shocked that A.J. Brown. I mean, you got a lot of free runners already. Like, easy. Look, it's nobody in the screen.
Oh, no.
Like, this is A.J. Brown, $100 million receiver, and you don't have a defender within 15 yards. So
Zimmer's rolling over in his bed right now.
Bad ball on
Isn't it?
defense. Let's get to the next one.
Sirianni drawing up good plays, though.
It sounds like Sirianni and Jalen Hurts timing of plays, too, it sounds like. Good timing.
Good plays. And this is, you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get from an Ed Donatel defense. It's going to be a split safety defense, so you're going to draw up plays. But once again, as a defender, understand where 3 is when he's to you and when he's away. And like AJ said, that pre-snap communication, I would love to play with AJ because we would talk beforehand. So if that back is on my side, like he wasn't the nickel, and let's say this receiver runs a quick crosser and the back comes out, me and AJ can pass that off. So we both have easy downs now instead of us.
Why do
me
people
having a
not
tough
talk?
down.
Why do people not talk?
That's a problem. That's a big problem.
I used to
Pat.
hear that in practice a lot.
Yeah.
Communicate.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, though. They window dress it, and they'll start out in 3x1, get to 2x2. All of a sudden, they're empty, and everything's on the fly. And guys sometimes
So people are
it's
scared
too
to death
much.
to communicate, maybe?
You got to talk. Some people are scared because they don't want to say the right thing. I mean, the wrong thing. But you got to talk. A quiet defense is a dead defense.
Oh,
Tell them where you are.
Quiet
Tell your
defense.
buddies where you are.
Yep, is a dead defense. So even if you're wrong, you yell out some wrong shit, somebody's gonna yell back to you, hey, no, we're doing this. So instead of being the one player playing a different coverage, which we will see later in the clip. But this is Darius Slay, man. He had an unbelievable game. But Darius Slay understands the game at a different level, been playing for a long time at a high level. And a lot of people saw the highlights, say, oh my God, these are bad balls, these are bad balls. You see bad balls all the time, but a lot of times you don't see cornerbacks turn around and play them. A lot of times you see these bad balls, receiver come back to it, and they get a free flag because the cornerback isn't aware. So Slade did a great job all night understanding the routes, understanding when pressure was coming after the quarterback and he could turn around and play the ball. This is a red zone, high red zone play. Always, always, always protect your inside. Now, Justin Jefferson is probably getting cursed out for not crossing Darius Slay's face here. This is a bang gate. You heard Todd Haley mention it earlier, and this is a big-time route for most offenses in the red area. And it looks like he threw the ball right to him, which he did, but this is Slay running back from the top. This is Slay understanding this route concept before the ball is ever snapped. And you can see him. He slides right inside off the rip, stays square, waits for the break, and then I mean, this is perfect. This is literally how you would draw it up if you were practicing this rep an individual. I don't care who the receiver is. If you read the route concepts, you know where the ball is going, you can beat that receiver to the spot and make a play.
So Slay had the utmost confidence that Kirk was not going over his head there.
Yeah, the utmost confidence because, I mean, you're on the, 20-yard line, so you only got 30 yards to cover. He's not running by you. You're not putting a 60-yard ball out there.
And you're expecting the D-line to get home at some point.
You're expecting that, but this is a staple in the NFL. Bang gates in the high red area. Like, this is a staple. Slade's been doing this for a decade. He knows when these routes are coming. This is a big thing for Kirk Cousins, one of the routes he loves down here. Here's the easy route. Usually that receiver crosses your face. You put the ball in his body, it's a catch.
So that's completely on Jefferson and not on Cousins because people were fucking killing Cousins.
Murdering Cousins.
Yeah, I would say it's more so. Yeah, it's got to be on Cousins, honestly, because this is a timing route, but you got to understand, you got to watch Slay on film, because I'm sure if I go back and watch Slay, he's not giving up this route. And maybe if he did give it up, he's not going to give it up a second time. Like, this is a veteran. If this is a young corner, because on tape, what is this, cover 3? On paper,
you tell us.
Darius,
come on, D-Bud.
on paper, Darius Slay should be outside leverage on this receiver because he's a deep third defender. So just like you see Bradbury outside, he should be outside on paper. But this is Slay being a professional, like I said, making the adjustment because the play caller is going to make a call, but now he's adjusting as a player, as a vet, to say, hey, I'm not giving up this bang gate.
So you're saying Kirk should have known
Kirk
before this ball snapped?
I probably should. And he kept fucking with Slay all night. He tried to throw him 6, 7 picks. So that's, at some point, I remember Jay Cutler threw 4 to Dante Hall or D'Angelo Hall. Like, at some point, you just got, all right, he's locked in today. Let's stay away from that guy. He kept going to him. All right, let's get to the next play. All right, so this big play.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Look at Bronny the Elf.
Look at Bronny. He's already
pissed already.
He knows the fuck is coming right here. But this is a big play. So right now they're showing a split safety look, and they're actually going to rotate down. Now, I think Denzel Ward came out and said, hey, I was playing this coverage. I wasn't fucked up. But based on what the film says, Denzel Ward was playing. He was the only guy playing a different coverage. Everyone else, this is a curl. It looks like 2-8 goes to a curl flat. He goes curl flat. He's playing hook curl Walker, and then the safety is going to drop into a hook curl as well. And these 3 guys should be responsible for the 3 deep parts of the field. So if you pause it, so this looks like the coverage, right? And this is an obvious passing situation. So he's basically has the same coverage responsibility as this linebacker, but he's the safety. So he's starting high. He's just going to walk into it and be deep because they know they have to have big plays. He should be a deep third defender, so I think he blew the assignment here. He blew the coverage here. And once again, pre-snap communication. This is a big part. This is a big, big moment in the game. You know they need big chunk plays, like corner to safety on both sides. What coverage are we in? What are we doing? Where is my safety? So this is a big, I mean, you cannot have this happen. This is a basic coverage, 3 deep, 4 underneath. I mean, this is as basic as it gets. You got a free runner down the field, Corey Davis, an old man. What'd you call him? Footsteps Flacco.
He's not going to miss that.
No, never.
No, Footstep Flacco is not going to miss that.
Why aren't they just in, like, prevent? Like, is that what that was supposed to be?
Yeah, essentially, if you watch this corner play, you watch how he plays his deep third. Let it play, Foxy. Like nobody, I mean, I think he's too wide, but nobody's getting behind him. Like you should be deep as the deepest when you're deep third defender as that middle.
So that's what prevent means right there? Prevent is different styles, or is it one particular?
It's different styles of prevent, and you don't play it too much. Obviously, it's just like Jacoby, the interception that he threw to end this game was more so of a prevent. And this is a situation where you know they need big plays. They didn't have timeouts. You know they need big chunk plays. Let's keep everything in front of us. They throw it in front of us, we tackle it. So he heard cover 2. Everybody else heard cover 3. So
AJ, why don't you tell him?
I think Ward's on the wrong page here.
Isn't he the best player on the field in the secondary for them, though?
I mean, he is.
Right there, he knew it, though. He had to feel it.
Right,
There's no safety. This is not cover 2, buddy. Like, he had to realize it, right?
So he said it in the media afterwards. He said that he was doing his job or whatever.
I heard that he said he had flat responsibility.
He said it wasn't his.
Not my fault, but I'll take the blame.
Yeah.
Well, I respect that. I do appreciate him doing that.
Which is bullshit. But next play. Next play. So this next play is actually going to be a very similar.
Fixable, though, by the way, with Denzel.
Definitely fixable.
It's
Definitely
fixable.
And he's a great player. He's a great player. Just, made a mistake. Maybe he heard something wrong. Maybe he did coverage. Maybe it wasn't. Sometimes you get a play call where it could be 3 or it could be 2. Depending on the offensive formation, he maybe thought he was playing 2, but obviously you cannot have that, especially in that situation. This is the big ball, big bomb to Stephon Diggs. Great throw, great read by Josh Allen. But once again, the last play was from their best player in the secondary. This is again from their best player in the secondary. He vacates the middle of this field. It's the same coverage, 3 deep, 1, 2, 3, and then you got 4 underneath defenders. But for some reason, he gets this crosser and he vacates and leaves the middle of the field wide open. 30, once again, he's too wide. Relate to Diggs, get on his outside leverage, obviously, but he throws this post. So pause it right there. So you should have a deep middle of the field player. And that deep middle of the field is obviously wide open. So pre-snap, this was a middle closed defense. You always hear middle closed or middle open. This was a middle closed defense, which should mean quarterbacks shouldn't be able to throw post routes. But he vacates this to take this crosser, which these underneath defenders are in pretty good position. He's sinking back. He has one in front of him, but this is how you should play the underneath coverage and zone coverage. You want to invite checkdowns. You rally and tackle those. These guys are deep enough. They're in that window. And Josh Allen is like, okay, you're going to leave one of the best receivers in the game wide open, outside leverage cornerback, let it play Foxy.
Where do you think this is supposed to go?
What is going on as far as the pass?
Yeah, because you said middle closed defense, and everybody, even I know, like middle closed means we're not throwing it there.
Yeah.
Like this is just, we are looking somewhere else. At what point do you think Josh Allen was like, holy shit, this
Probably
is wide
if
open?
you play it from the back. Oh, soon as he saw, I don't know if he was able to see it from
right and that other.
Yeah, you can let it play from the back copy, the quarterback. It's tight copy.
Top right.
Yeah. So he's here. So let it play. So he knows pretty early on, like okay. Like I know I have Diggs. I know where Diggs is going, and I know there's nowhere in hell that he can get there. So kind of
It's
what
as easy as that.
Kind of what Hasselbeck said about that Tyreek Hill big play. Like I don't know what you think you have, but I can see what you don't have as far as coverage or help, and that's all this is. And these are. These are head scratchers because this is Stephon Diggs, and you don't even have your number 2 receiver. You don't even have Davis out there, so you got to know where 14 is. And then more importantly, you just got to play your assignment, do what you're paid to do. But
So is that the same
players,
deal?
very
That's
fixable.
just communications, like the same thing last week with Justin Jefferson. Like, how do they continually let Diggs just beat their ass in this game?
Well, I think that was less about communication and Byard just going gangster, as Chuck called it. So he saw the crosser, and for some reason he said, "Hey, I'm going." And that's kind of what you get with some of these players. They're risk takers.
Make a play.
Yeah, they want to make a play.
Troy,
So-
right? I mean, Troy
Yeah.
Polamalu did that type of
Ed,
stuff.
and Reed, now they didn't give up
Seawood.
the big ones a lot, but sometimes you drop your nuts. You say, hey, I see something, I feel something, I'm going to go make a play. That's what make these players great. But the thing with Denzel Ward, the play with Kevin Byard, these are both very, very fixable and simple coverages.
That's good news for Titans fans and Browns fans.
Absolutely. Now,
Right, AJ? It's happening at the
It
professional.
won't happen again.
Won't. No, not now.
it should not happen again. Now, this Baltimore Ravens is some of the ugliest film.
Whoa. Stephen A. said that
Darius.
that some of the old Baltimore Ravens defensive guys are going to show up at the facility and say, excuse me, that ain't how we fucking do it around here. That's what you're saying?
This was ugly. This was ugly because
no.
So right here, all right, we got Marcus Peters, obviously a veteran. Once again, another gambler, another risk taker, and then you got the rookie Kyle Hamilton, who He's never been on the field with a guy like this. I can tell you right.
Does he think he has, though?
That's Tyreek Hill. I think he thinks he's going to get deep enough, but he's not. You can see how deep Marcus Peters is. He's almost 10, 11 yards off when the ball is snapped, but he stays in his pedal way too long. Like Tyreek Hill, you get out of your – just let this one play real quick and just watch how fast Tyreek Hill eats up that cushion. Like,
give me that.
Like it's over with. And once again, that's the deep third defender. So that's the middle post defender. So you got to get back. Like you got to open up. So he should be opening up and running, especially with Tyreek Hill down here. He's slowing his pedal. Peter stays in his pedal way too long. And then run it back one more time. And then, so that's the deep part of the coverage, right? Now the blitz pattern, once again, we talked about who do you have, right? Who do you have coverage responsibility? So in this one with this fire zone, they're actually blitzing from the passing strength. So he's blitzing, and you got Queen, he's running out. And I would assume that he has to go to 3, once again, 1, 2, 3 strong, 1, 2 weak. So this is the passing strength of here. This is away from the passing strength. So 2 weak, 99 is going to have.
You got it.
So 6, he's going to go, I would assume, to 3 strong because I wouldn't have him go to 2 strong. And then this safety is going to drop down, and he has this coverage responsibility. But the deep part of the field is the reason. Tua sees this. He knows right now that Tyreek's running by all these guys. Like, look at his body posture. Look at that. Tua lets it go. Big ball. It can't happen. Once again, it can't happen. They're down a couple scores. Let's not let 10 beat us. Obviously, 17 had a big game as well, but we can't let 10 beat us. They gave up 2 very big hits. And this is 3rd and 10. Ty Haley spoke about it earlier. Like, don't get too cute. Don't try. I'm not running this pressure 3rd and 10 up 2 scores. Like, give me a coverage where I for sure got some top help on Tyreek Hill, and then maybe even Waddle at this point in the game. But I don't want Queen, it's 99. I don't want these guys in coverage on 3rd and 10 at this point. Like, let's not get too cute here. What is it, McDaniel? Yeah, he's been in the Ravens system. He worked under Wink for a while, and he got the job after being a D coordinator in Michigan. But don't get too cute. Don't get too cute.
Brand new D coordinator.
Next play, you got to figure it out quick.
He's going to lose the alumni. You're saying it sounds like. It sounds like you're saying.
Make it simple. Then once again, this is the play we saw. Now, if you just let this play and look at these 4 guys, now this is coverage 1-on-1, but everybody in here can tell. Like, I sent this to AB, 14-year NFL vet. I sent this to Tyvon Brett, 10-year NFL vet, and nobody could tell me, like, nobody could even come up, running back, give him the top foxes, like what they were trying to do here. Once again, this is 3rd and 6. We got to get off the field. Wherever it's couple scores, like, pause it. Like, what are we doing? Like, who's covering who? It's a bunch, obviously, but what's going on here? We got nobody helping this guy deep. We got Tyreek Hill's going to run completely by him. He's playing like he does have help. So I don't know what's going on here. Tua obviously sees it. He loves it. Big play. But I think those last 2 plays, honestly, the last 4 plays were all on the defense, just blowing assignments. It wasn't like the offense did anything great. Just players not knowing their assignment and not executing it. So we got to take care of those things. Like Chuck said, it ain't them, it's us. So, that was good.
Hey, dude. AJ, you have any follow-ups here, AJ?
D-But that middle of the field safety, he's got to be deep as the deepest, always, right? You can't let anyone behind him.
Always got to be deep as the deepest. That's what you're there for as a middle of the field safety.
And if it's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're opening up at the snap of the ball. I'm maybe before the snap. I'm opening up behind him running.
Yeah,
right away.
Don't let your fucking disguise, be your liability. Don't be up there trying to be too cute and disguising, 8 yards or 10 yards off the ball when you have someone that goes by cheetah on the field. Like, let me get back, especially Kyle Hamilton. Like, Kyle Hamilton, a very good player coming in, but speed wouldn't be necessarily his calling card.
That looked hilarious.
Let's get there. Like,
I'm happy you said that. I sent this to a guy who played for 14 years in the back end. I sent this to a guy who played 13. We've basically seen fucking everything. None of us could come up with a good guess on what this coverage was.
No clue. Because once again,
this is the 4th quarter.
I don't care what the coverage is.
This is 4th
quarter.
all
fall kind of in those rules that were
Look
on
all that space up there with Tyreek.
Yeah, should that corner yell?
He's flat-footed, square, and you got Tyreek one-on-one with a ton of space.
Like, all right, game on the line, guys. We got Tyreek Hill. Like, let's just go with that. Like, I don't get
What's
it.
the sideline like after that?
I don't know the sideline. You call the time. Fuck it. Some water boy called the timeout.
No, but I'm
one
saying, are
breaking
you
the
talking
tab-
to the D
breaking the
coordinator?
tablets.
Yeah, the D coordinator's coming over, and they're saying what happened here. Like how?
Oh, after the play?
Yeah, like this particular play, everybody on the field had no fucking idea what was going on. You think was there multiple different play calls in everybody's minds? What do you
honestly,
think?
I have no. So rewind it to the beginning with the formation for a snap. So bunches always create a little element. Like you always have to. Most coverages, most play call, you have to make some type of adjustment when there is a bunch because guys are bunched up. So how are we going to treat this? What are
bunch
the
checks, right?
Yeah, you got. So everything has bunch check, and this is 4 strong. So that adds even another element to it. And once again, though, make it simple on defense because you don't want to make it simple for us, complicated for them. Like, don't fucking fool us. Don't fool ourselves. Like, give us a chance. It's the NFL. A.J. Hall's going to make a play. Tyreek Hill, like, all these guys are good enough to make plays, but at least give yourself the best opportunity to be in position.
Pause that right there, Foxy. So at this point, do you think that there's numerous different play calls in the minds of each of these guys, or do you think this is the play and they're just not good at running it?
I honestly don't know. Like, I can't tell you.
Jeez, I don't know.
AJ, do you have any, like, what was
not
called
leaving
in the huddle?
Tyreek like that. Also in that bunch, though, if you run it back to the start, nobody's on the point. Whoever's on the line in that bunch, if you're in man-to-man, you need a guy on the point jamming the point. That's usually what you do.
Yep, and that's you jam the point to disrupt spacing, disrupt timing, throw something off here.
And no one's even near the guy on the line right there in the bunch.
Nobody. So this is one of those things as a D coordinator, you fucking drawing it up on a napkin and it looks amazing. You got all these guys standing up, shit look cool on Madden, but when the ball snapped and people start running routes, it's clear that it's a lot of confusion. And here, like, dude, take a look over your left shoulder and realize, like, it's nothing there but the Ravens logo.
Someone
man.
help.
Like,
So you're
and
talking-
you got him, like, Tyreek is looking in, like, bruh, like, I don't know what the fuck going on right now, but like, I don't see anybody back there. So, obviously, as a quarterback, though, you got to see it, you got to make the throw, and Tua did here, but I don't think the Ravens could have made it any easier. Look at this, dog.
So we talked about the Browns being hope because communication.
Right.
The last one, communication. This one, you're saying we don't know what the hope.
I don't even know what to start on. I don't even know where to start on this one.
Yeah, so is this fixable then?
These are one of those plays you just got to fucking throw out.
Crap it.
You just throw it out. And this happens. I'm sure AJ has had this happen during the week. Sometimes you go to your coach and you rep things in practice and it looks good, it sounds good in theory, but it's like, hey, coach, like we've tried this play 3 times in practice. It didn't work anytime. Like, let's just take it out. Like,
Tyreek Hill's fast.
Yeah,
You don't have
yeah,
anybody.
like,
on
come
the
on,
other
it's-
You
side.
get too cute at times. Sometimes you get too cute and you want to do too much. But yeah, like here, man, on this play, it does. Like everyone's at the line of scrimmage. We're going to create confusion. They're not going to know. We might have a free runner with a 4-man rush.
Yeah.
We bail. Also, they could all come out of this and blitz. So I don't know. This
Exotics.
gotta figure it out.
Exactly.
Amoeba.
Exotics,
Love Amoeba.
And at the end of the day, you play it for a couple seconds. Like, they only rush 3, so it's 3rd and 6. So you only rush 3. So you got 8 guys in coverage. And, well, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if he's rushing or covering, but you got 7, 8 guys in coverage.
Sounds like
and you
he's
got
playing
free
the
runners.
same plays everybody else.
Exactly.
Messing
He's
around.
like, this is exactly what this play is. He's actually trying to get it reroute, but I don't know, man. I don't know, but we can't do it.
Well,
can't do it.
Ravens fans, let's assume it'll be fixed because that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
New defensive coordinator is going to have to win that Ravens fan base over, I assume, after what happened in the 4th quarter against Tyreek Hill and Tua. DB, thank you so much, man. That was everything
Appreciate
DB
you
with
guys.
Darius
Thank you,
Butler.
D-Bud.
Thank you, guys.
That was sweet.
I feel like we got smarter today. Now, to send the show out
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
on a bang.
God.
Yes.
Come on, dude.
Over
You
here.
just,
Right here.
I mean, that was dinger. I mean,
Yeah.
you just did
Follow
that.
it up with another
Hey,
one.
another at bat now.
He's going to make it.
Which one
Cover
first?
basketball first.
All right. There we go. Before you go, we would like to let everybody know that if Darius, who just did an incredible breakdown on defensive back play across the NFL,
10 out of 10.
breaking down some of the play collapses and team collapses that we saw on Sunday, both from the storylines that you heard, and the Browns seem to be fixable.
Yeah.
Ravens with the Dolphins, we don't know yet.
Maybe not.
The only way to wrap up this particular segment that's been a home run is to give 20 people randomly
Whoa.
$500
Whoa.
that retweet this video of the host of Everything DB and the host of the Man to Man podcast, Darius Butler, showcasing he's one of the greatest athletes on time on the earth by making this This bucket from
20?
the stage right
on.
here. 20 people, $500
That just lets me know you got-
randomly.
Come on, D-Bud.
Give it a real heat.
Athlete.
I'm shocked.
Jog it off.
I am.
You still got the football toss.
Get him, hey, shoot at the other hoop, D-Bud.
This is shocking.
Wait, whoa. Is this? Do you want this to be a thing? Do you
20
want this to be a
bucks?
thing?
Yeah, why not?
Still mic'd up. That's awesome. That's that.
Hell yeah, that's
That's
huge.
a necklace microphone. Can
Hope
you hear?
Hope you patting this up. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you
Good,
can hear
loud
us
and clear,
too.
yeah.
Okay, so this is what we do now, Darius. Since you're on the far end with football, and it appears as if these hoops have been a bit tall of a task for you.
It's been tough. It's been a rough go at it.
We will give 25 random people who retweet this video $500.
Oh my God.
If Darius
Can I shoot the
Butler
ball from here? The basketball?
you can throw a football and shoot a basketball from the same spot.
We making money, baby.
Yeah, somebody is.
Maybe. I mean, I doubt it.
No, he's going to make it.
I hope.
Darius is going to make this for the people who not only love the Everything DB segment, but who retweeted this video, and 25 randoms won $500. Got to have your cash tag in there. I'll go ahead and respond with that to the tweet.
Foot on the
Darius,
line.
who will step on the line, obviously, and whatever. Hey, as long as it goes in, we don't mind. Football in the bucket.
That was a good toss.
That was
though.
close.
Yeah, center of the backboard.
I would like to say that a man wearing a hoodie and fresh Air Force Ones worked
Oh, that's
out.
short.
Do you want to do maybe
I mean,
like make a layup?
yeah,
And give
Jesus
10 people
Christ.
Dunk one.
500?
No. Foul line.
Dunk
Free
from the free
throw?
throw line.
Foul line.
Is this the short one or the tall one?
That's
or
the,
the
that's
regulation?
the 10-foot one.
This
Yeah,
regulation?
this one's 11 and a half inches over here. There we go.
That got to be worth something.
There we go.
I mean, 25
That should be
people,
worth a lot.
$25.
Yeah, we'll give 50 bucks.
There
Give
it is.
50 bucks, 15 people.
There it is.
All right.
If he makes this NBA 3 first time right here, we'll do the 25 500.
Yeah!
Couldn't see you on the camera. Did see it go in.
yeah.
25 random people who retweet this video will win $500. Please reply to this tweet with your cash tag so we can make it as efficient as possible.
Yes!
Big thanks to Darius Butler. Hey, baby. Winning people money. That was the first try from NBA 3.
Unreal.
That was amazing. He dunks, he does this, he breaks down film. He's electrifying. We appreciate you.